Look, most freelancers think they need a slick website or paid ads to get clients, but the truth is, that's not the truth. It's a lie. If you don't know who I am, my name is Chris M. Walker, and I've built multiple 7- and 8-figure businesses, including Superstar SEO and Legiit.com, which is used by thousands of freelancers daily. And I've been on both sides of this table. And after 12 plus years in this business, here's what I know. Most lead gen advice is complete trash. It's slow, expensive, it's complicated, and it completely misses where real clients actually are. So in this video, I'm going to give you 4 lead generation methods that actually work. There's no gimmicks, there's no ad spend, it's just real things that you can implement today and stuff that I've used myself over the course of my career when I've generated over $5 million in freelance work, most of it organically. The first one is Reddit lead mining. Now, most freelancers sleep on Reddit, but it's actually one of the most underrated lead sources online. People literally posting stuff like, I need a designer, looking for a writer, anyone do SEO, all in real time. And here's how you tap into it really fast. Don't waste time doom scrolling on Reddit. Use Google and type something like this into the search. site:/Reddit/r/for-hire looking for logo. You see it on your screen here. What this is going to do is it's going to use Google to search Reddit for people look in the for-hire subreddit looking for logo designers. Now you're going to have to click into these and search around a little bit to find the most recent ones, but there's a ton of opportunity right there from a simple Google search. But here's where most freelancers blow it. They only check the for-hire subreddit. Instead, swap that out for subreddits like small business or entrepreneur or startups, or even niche specific ones like e-commerce or podcasting. Here's another example. If you go to the e-commerce subreddit and looking for logo, you will see, again, a lot of different opportunities. And again, you're gonna have to dig into this and look, you can see there's like 8 more answers there. When I was building my SEO agency, I landed 3 clients in 1 day doing this. It absolutely works. Now, when you reach out, reference something specific that they said and offer an actionable suggestion related to their post. That one move puts you ahead of 99% of freelancers who send the same lazy message to everyone. This works, but I've got an even better option, and that's YouTube comment harvesting. Let's say you're a copywriter. You find a video on email marketing that has over 100 comments, and one of those comments is something like, this is great, but I don't have time to write all these emails. Now that's a lead. Most freelancers, though, would turn into robots and jump in with a pitch. Oh my God, let me do it for you. Don't do that. Just answer the question with real value. Give them some feedback or some input, and then say, if you need some help, let me know. I do copywriting for businesses, and let's chat and see if I can do something for you. Something like that. I've used this exact move and closed clients all from one comment that took me 30 seconds to write. So what you do is you just spend 15 minutes a day scanning 3 to 5 relevant videos. You're probably doing that anyway. And then instead of just like idly moving to the next one, look through the comments, look for pain points and drop real answers and let the conversation flow naturally. Remember those natural conversations? That still works. And that's it. But if that sounds like too much work for you, then there's something even better. Google Alerts automation/social listening. One of the simplest, most underrated tools for you is Google Alerts or social listening tools like Awario. They're free or they're very cheap and they take less than 5 minutes to set up. And if you do it right, you're gonna start waking up to qualified leads inbox every single morning. Here's how it works. Just go over to google.com/alerts and set up custom alerts using search phrases that match how real people ask for help. For example, need a video editor? Site:/LinkedIn.com, or looking to hire a copywriter? Site:/Twitter.com or X.com, I guess it's called now. That site operator filters the results so you only get alerts from platforms where actual hiring conversations are happening. Stuff like LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and Reddit. Places where clients hang out and post requests. They're literally telling you, I need what you do. Let's say you're a freelance graphic designer. You can set an alert for need logo design, site:/LinkedIn.com. A few days later, you get a ping. Founder just posted asking if anyone can help with a rebrand. You're the first one to reply because you got the notification. Just send a quick note, your portfolio, and maybe a direct offer to help. Next thing you know, you're on a call the same day, and by the end of the week, you've closed a $2,000 logo and brand package. That's how fast this works when you set it up right. Now here's the move that takes this to a whole other level. Set up alerts using your competitors' names along with words like issues or frustrated or alternatives. This finds warm leads who already bought something but are unhappy and looking to switch. That's the easiest client to close. Someone who already knows what they need and just wants someone better. Social listening works similarly. You just put in the term or brand you want to monitor, and you get email alerts whenever it's mentioned on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever. Then just repeat the process above. Easy peasy. Also, a quick tip on this is to make sure that you route all your alerts into a separate folder and check them once a day during your lead gen time block. If something fits, respond fast. Like I said, most of the time, the first person to show up with a relevant solution is going to be the one that wins. So stay on top of this and keep it filtered so you can get right to them. And now this is where most freelancers would stop, but I suggest you go one step further and do podcast guest outreach. I want you to stop treating podcasts like white noise that you play in the background while you're working. Smart freelancers treat them like lead lists. We're not doing what everyone else does. We're doing something different. We're not pitching podcast hosts to get featured. We're flipping the script. And here is how it works. Instead of chasing hosts, you focus on the guests. Because 9 times out of 10, the guest is exactly who you want to talk to. A founder, a CMO, a coach, or someone that can actually make hiring decisions. When they're on a podcast, they are already in promo mode. They want that visibility. They're open for business. They're active, which makes it the perfect time to reach out. Imagine this. You're a freelance web designer and you come across a podcast about SaaS marketing. On a recent episode, a founder explains how their company just closed a round of funding and is doubling down on growth. You listen carefully. You hear them mention that their site was built quickly and just needs to work for now. That's your opening. That's your foot in the door. That's your opportunity. You shoot them a short message that says something like, hey, I just heard your episode of XYZ podcast. I really enjoyed your take on scaling post-funding. I noticed your homepage isn't optimized for conversions. I help SaaS companies with exactly that. Happy to show you what I do if you're interested. Something like that, but probably better than that. That message took, 3 minutes, but because it's specific, relevant, and proves you actually paid attention, it cuts through the noise. Most freelancers flood a guest inbox the moment the episode drops, but you want to do the opposite. Look for guests who were on shows 1 or 2 months ago. The attention wave is past, your inbox is quieter, and now your message actually gets read. All you have to do is set aside an hour a week. Track 10 to 15 podcasts in your target customer's niche. Scan for recent guests who look like they are decision makers and reach out with something timely, personal, and valuable. Done right, this becomes one of the highest ROI strategies in your entire lead gen system because you're showing up when they're most open to hiring. So here's your action plan. Pick one method, set it up today, and give it 2 solid weeks. Track what happens, adjust, and repeat. And if you've got questions or results to share, drop them in the comments of this video. I read every single one of them. And if you want more no BS strategies that actually gets clients, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, because this is just the start.